Hello everyone, I'm Brianna and this is Purified People. Today I want to talk about debt and getting out of debt, what that means to me and how it may differ from what it means to you. But I am pretty confident that if you view debt in this way and getting out of debt in this way, that you will shift your view and possibly be able to work your way on an upward trend to success in any way that is success to you that you may not have thought about before. So what do I mean by this? Well, if we hear the word debt, our mind automatically goes to finances. It's one of the common messages that we hear during these times as to how to overcome these challenges in our world and how to kind of stick it to the man is get out of debt. Because without that, then the man can't thrive for long. So if you're anything like me, when you hear get out of debt, financial debt, you're like, okay, like, yeah, I get it. That's what I work to do every single day. So what else can I do? And there are ways to be able to spend less and be more intentional with our spending. And there's ways to be able to make more money. But that's not really the purpose of my video today. So today I'm thinking of debt in a different way. First of all, what do we think of when we hear that word debt? For me, I feel a weight on my shoulders. I feel like the ceilings are lowered over my head, and it kind of causes this like internal stress right here that isn't very fun. And, you know, as I talk about in my videos, if you've seen, I am working on a consistent upward trend. That is my goal in every area of my life. Just like the stock market, just like the crypto charts, I want to make an upward trend in every area of my life so that I can do this in every life category as a whole. So how can I do that if I'm in this feeling of debt? How can I go upward if there's this feeling of debt constantly combating at me and causing friction? So if we take a look at debt and if we put it toward our health and wellness, our nutrition, that's one way that we can pull ourselves out of debt. Are we in debt to our health or are we on top of our health? Are we feeling healthy every day? Are we showing up and giving our all every day? Are we feeling strong and working out and exercising as we should? Those are ways that we can get out of health debt where it doesn't really cause that financial strain. To do so if we're super crafty. Yes, it's more to eat healthy, and yes, it costs to have a gym membership, but there are ways to be more intentional with our action if we have to do that in a frugal fashion. Trust me, I've been there and I've been doing that for quite some time. So a very important way is to be able to get out of debt and continue on that upward trend. And what we find not only when we start to do that in our health and wellness is that will then start to give to other areas of our life. That will then benefit our emotional life. That will benefit our relationships and every other area. And that's the beauty of getting out of debt. And one of my favorite ones is if we take a look at our emotional life or our spiritual life category, our relationships, this kind of is all combined. One of my favorite tools for getting out of debt in these areas is forgiveness. And it may sound, I know the first time I heard this concept, I underestimated the power that lied behind this visualization exercise. And this is an exercise that I learned through Vishen Lakhiani's 6-phase meditation. He is the founder of Mindvalley, and I have gone through his meditations for years and years. I absolutely love them. And they have brought me so far in my life. And this exercise in particular, through the 6th phase, one of those phases is asking somebody for forgiveness who we may have a negative charge with out there, whether we are the ones who were in the wrong or if somebody else were in the wrong. We visualize them in front of us and we ask for forgiveness and we kind of clear the air, clear the energy, and move on from it. And for me personally, I've done that. It has made a huge difference in my life. And I have created space for other things then. And it's removed that same feeling of that debt, that emotional debt that just brings us down. And for me, during that exercise, at times I was the other person on the other side who I was looking at myself, and I had to ask myself for forgiveness. And there was also a lot of power in that as well. So there are many ways to be able to get out of that emotional debt. And that will allow us to continue on the upward trend to success. And that is the goal here. Other ways, when we look at our intellectual life, one that's very important to me, I'm a big book reader, and I try to gain wisdom. I want to gain knowledge as well, more than just information. I want to gain that wisdom. And so for me, I read very regularly, and I like to read physical books, and I'm big on that, and I'm a big advocate for physical books. I listen to Audible as well, but there's just something different than feeling the pages within your fingers and having something physical in front of you and removing the screen and getting out of that that hypnotized weird state when we're on our screens. So for me right now, I'm reading about healing mushrooms, and I'm reading about Project 369. This was just sent to me. Thank you, my dear friend. I received this in the mail last night. It's going to be so good. I spent 2 hours once I opened up the package on this. It's like a workbook slash book, and man, is my life already just ignited just from reading a few pages. So thank you for that. So that's my focus. As I'm leading into the new year, I don't want to start the new year and expect all this change from setting a New Year's resolution. I'm seeing where we are in this point of today's world as opportunity. We have so much opportunity here to make great financial gains, create wealth for our life and for our future generations, but we can't do that if we don't have that strong foundation and the other life categories that are helping in that symbiotic relationship to be able to give to one another and create that upward trend to success. So that's where I'm starting today, getting out of debt. I hope that helped you in being able to see other ways to be able to get out of debt and not just stay in some kind of thought pattern like I've been before, where it's just money on the mind and worried about how we're gonna get out of that debt, and have that paralyze us to not be able to make great gains in other areas of our life that will eventually lead to those financial gains. So, okay, that's what I have today, guys, and I hope that was beneficial. And please drop in the comments below if you have anything to add to that, or if there's a life category that you're gonna focus on. I am gonna focus on getting out of information debt, and that is turning off the news. I don't watch mainstream, but just turning off YouTube, I guess, and only sticking to a very strict information diet so that I can only watch and consume things that are benefiting me and keeping me on the upward trend. So, okay, I will see you all on the next video, and thank you for watching today.